All right. I think this is the first set. Uh, Looking for 2, 3 RIR. Playing around with the light. I got a new light thing, new mic thing. So this is a test day, and this is really the first time I've used this machine. But I don't want to take it too fucking long. It's only 2 sets here. This is week 1. Started using the RP Hypertrophy app again. Just because, I don't know. I'm tired of logging everything in the way in Excel and trying to track it that way. But anyways, let's get serious and laying back just to get a little bit of a more stretch. I could go back further, but I'm having some low back issues, so this will be fine. I'll have to add another plate. Probably. Ah. Ah. That's 15. That's probably 3 or somewhere in there. What does that say? 15? All right. Maybe I won't add another plate. We'll just call it there. And we'll only rest for about a minute. I decided I should probably turn that landscape mode if I'm going to be posting this shit. That's coffee. I will say that there's definitely a difference. Like this side, like this bar goes like this. Probably an easy fix. I'm sure somebody can make like an aftermarket attachment for this to kind of fix that. But let's get 15. If I can't get 15 straight sets or reps, I'll do like a my rep match set or whatever. It's only 2 sets here though, so. Yeah, that's going to get better as we progress. You know, week 1's kind of like, I haven't done a leg extension in probably 2 or 3 years or some shit. A legit one. I've probably done a week where I've done it with the cables or messed around. But let's move on. So I've ran these before, but it's probably going to take a minute to figure it out again. I think that needs to be lower for sure, though. And this is a sissy squat. I've got a belt squat now, but last time I used it, it made my low back real stiff. So I'm trying to give my low back a break. So stay on your tippy toes. I've ran these before, but I can't remember when. And come down. I'm barely touching. Soft touch. Up. Ugh. Again. Oh, man, that's tough. 3 RR here, too. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, but we'll go with 3. We can call that 16. I probably used too much. I probably used too much force in my wrist for my hands on this. But between the leg extension and this, I only rested as long as it took to get it set up. I'll probably only rest about a minute for this too. Now, what I was getting at, saying I probably used too much assistance. I mean, I'm not super worried about it as long as I'm getting my quad pump in. But that's something I can progressively take away as we get stronger and more used to this exercise, you know? So if I have tomorrow rep match set it, I'll do it, but that might be the move. Just I 13, 14, 15, 16. I think it's only one more, but I'll do 2. Control it! Oh! All right, that'll be good for week 1. I just want to test something real quick before we move on. Well, fuck, that might work. It's definitely got a little bit of a quad pump. This thing's pretty cool. Let's see. There we go. I've only hit the quads, but let's move on. Ah, fuck. Now, this is an exercise I'm doing because I'm not squatting or deadlifting right now. The other couple weeks ago, I squatted 415 for a single, and I deadlifted 500 pounds for a single. but I keep freaking blowing my back out or something, whatever. So, this has been something I've been dealing with for years. And I finally bought Back Mechanic by Stewart, by Dr. Stu. So I'm doing the big three, the Bird Dogs, and whatnot. But one of the things I have a hard time doing is hip hinging. That's part of my problem, and I think that's one thing that's a reoccurring problem for me is the inability to hip hinge very far. So since I'm not squatting or deadlifting, I want to hit the glutes directly, and this is also going to provide that hip hinge pattern. This is only 50 pounds. I don't know what weight to start with, honestly, but probably a weight that gets me 15, 20 reps. And if that goes good and there's no pain, I'll add weight. Only 2 sets here today, too, so. But let's see. See, already being bent over, that was a lot of pain in the low back. I might need all right, I might have to step out. You know what? I might need to change the fucking. Let's put a rope on this. Why are you so mad? Try to understand that I do want you as a fan. Oh, and this is the lowest the pulley will go. I mean, I can take it lower, but it'll probably pull up. Yeah. As long as I'm focusing on really pushing the hips through, and I'll see like so much hamstring right there. Maybe focus more on the concentric. Like I'm trying to anterior rotate my hips or lordosis, my lumbar. I don't know how many reps that is. Tell you what, though, I'm gonna have to, yeah. Alright, hold on. See them how that got my low back hard. That's probably too much weight. Now, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but that did get a low back pump, which is not what I was looking for. And I don't mind to exercise the low back, but from my understanding, and my thought process, it's not a weakness in my low back as much as it's endurance and tolerance in the back. If that makes sense, using the terms endurance and tolerance in the same sentence probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but you probably get the gist of what I'm saying. Words are made up. It doesn't fucking matter if you understand what I mean. So lower the weight, halved it. I think I only got really like 9 reps on that last set. And like I said, I want 15 or 20. And obviously my glutes are capable of a lot more, but even like glute bridges or hip bridges or whatever you want to call them, I get a lot of low back in that too. So, when people say not firing, like, oh, my glutes aren't firing, I don't know if that is the correct way to say it. I mean, it gets a point across, but for some reason, my lumbar is so locked up. I don't know. My body is more used to using the low back for hip hinging movements and less glutes. So I'm basically just trying to retrain the process, I guess, is what I'm saying. This is probably a bad angle, but whatever. Now I'm mostly just fighting friction on this. I need to oil it. That was one. I need focus. It's 10. Low back right now. Trying to push the hips. Right there at that end. Felt a hamstring right behind the knee. 13. See, low back pump right now. I think I'm going to keep it in. Really just try and focus. Tell me what I'm doing fucking wrong. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this too. If you ever watch my deadlifts, even in competition, my hips don't want to come all the way to lockout. It's like it's just shy. Training that especially happened. Drew, Andy always said, finish it out. But like, I just want to stop right there and be done. Redone. Be done. It's like the glutes didn't want to pull all the way through. But let's move. So next up is leg curl. I don't know what weight I can use. I am going to try to use this right off the bat. That's probably good there. Well, it's just one set for 3 RR, so. That was 7, definitely, or I think it was 8 or 7, but definitely not a 3 RR. That was top weight. Probably, maybe could go down 1. Probably should have used 1 plate less, but that's good. The sun's coming up, so I'm getting a lot more light in here right now, but I think this might be the new posing station. I got that light right above me. I don't know. We'll have to see, 'm probably need to work on my adductors though. But pretty good pump today. Let's go. Let's rock. All right. Deuces.